Students, see, thermodynamics is the very important branch of the chemistry. In the chemistry, the physical chemistry deals with the principles governing the chemical reactions. Right? In that particularly, that is thermodynamics is very important chapter. So that gives the very precise information about chemical reactions. Thermodynamics decides the feasibility of a process. So we can write the many thousands of reactions on the board. A plus B gives C plus D. If I write the C plus D as the products, you can say the word E plus F. Why not E plus F? Why not G plus H? Or why not? That is the only one C. So the solution we get from the only, that is thermodynamics. Those three parameters: enthalpy change, entropy change, free energy, three thermodynamical parameters. So in the first year you discussed about the elementary discussion, not the in detail. You have not seen the application part of the thermodynamics. Only now you know the what is enthalpy change, or that is the heat of reaction. What is entropy and what is the entropy change? What are the temperature? How it is influencing the temperature? Why the temperature is taken per degree? That is calories per degree. Or so whatever it is, I am not going to talk about the what now. This is not the time to talk about the entropy or any thermodynamic property. The third one is this one. Say a process to take place, the delta G of the process should be the less than 0, negative less than 0. A spontaneous process, delta G is a negative, spontaneous, it takes place on its own, that process is possible. If the delta G is that is 0, the reaction is in the state of equilibrium. Delta G is positive, that is greater than 0. That process is not possible, it is not a spontaneous. Reverse is the spontaneous. So this, now we are applying the thermodynamics to that is adsorption phenomena, simple adsorption phenomena. We are evaluating the delta H, delta S and delta G relation. When it is spontaneous, when it is not a spontaneous process. You know that is thermodynamic final equation, Gibbs free energy equation. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Right. Let me take the delta H, delta S and delta G one by one for this process. Now you know what is happening during during the adsorption phenomena. So first I will talk about the delta H, part of that adsorption process. See, the surface is under tension. I am taking this as the adsorbent surface. The molecules which are on the surface of the adsorbent are different from the molecules inside that is interior of the material or the bulk of the material. The material particles which are inside the material, they are symmetrically surrounded by the similar type of molecules and establish the attractions. So they minimize their energy content by establishing the attractions with the similar molecules symmetrically. So energy content is minimized, but the molecule which is on the surface of the adsorbent is different. It has the residual forces. I told you the origin of the forces. That is, I explained the origin of the forces. This is surface is not under a lot of tension That is, there are residual valencies, the residual attractions on the surface. Its energy content of the molecule which is on the surface is more. It extends the attractions with the other molecules which come contact with it. So there are some attractions on the surface. These attractions are acting along the surface of the solid or liquid adsorbent. So now what is happening? During the adsorption, that is adsorbate molecule when come into contact with the surface of the adsorbent, these molecules are attracted by these molecules are attracted by the surface attractions of the adsorbent and held up on the surface of this. Due to this, what happens? That is the energy content of the surface molecules decreases. Before adsorption, the energy content of the surface of the adsorbent is more. After adsorption, due to formation of the attractions between the adsorbent surface and adsorbate molecules, new attractions are established. That is, the energy of the surface molecules is decreased. So now it is stabilized, surface energy is decreased. In this process, the attractions are established between the adsorbate molecules and adsorbent surface. Therefore, what happens? It is a formation of the attractions is the exothermic process, that is heat is liberated. Heat is liberated during the adsorption. Therefore, it is an exothermic process. With this, I can say that is delta H, enthalpy is, that is delta H of this process, negative. I can say that. So during the adsorption, attractions are established between new attractions are established between the adsorbate molecules and the surface of the adsorbent. In this process, the energy content of the surface of the adsorbent decreases. Therefore, heat is liberated. So it is an exothermic, adsorption is an exothermic process. During the adsorption, enthalpy of the reaction or enthalpy of the adsorption process decreases. That is delta H is negative. First generalization. So no question, that is, as adsorption is an exothermic process, therefore enthalpy delta H of the adsorption is negative. 1. The second one is normally I am taking the surface of the solid and gas or liquid, whatever it is, that is both gases and liquids are considered as fluids, that is fluidity, that is the translation motion is possible. During the adsorption, say for simplicity, that for better understanding, I have assumed that this is an adsorbent is a solid, adsorbate is a gas. In the gaseous state, molecules are moving here and there and randomly moving, and that is this is the state of the before adsorption. Once a molecule is adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent, then what happens? That is the molecule which is having the translational motion, that is held up on the surface of this, that is randomness is decreased. So all those things. That is, I can say that during this process, due to the adsorption of a gas or liquid on the surface of a solid or on the surface of a liquid, that is, it is bound, molecules are bound to the surface of the adsorbent, that is, the translation motion is gone. Therefore, entropy of the system is decreasing due to the adsorption. Delta S is negative for this because of the adsorption of the adsorbate molecules on the surface of the adsorbent. Do you agree or not? Yes. Entropy decreases. Second parameter, thermodynamic parameter is decreasing. During the adsorption, free energy content is decreasing. Due to adsorption, during the adsorption, the enthalpy is decreasing, and that is entropy is decreasing. And third thing is And here I forgotten to tell you one thing in case of the delta H. So we defined as that is enthalpy of the adsorption is adsorption is an exothermic process. Delta H for the adsorption is negative. So now let me define the molar heat of adsorption. So here molar heat of adsorption, the amount of the heat liberated when 1 mole of the gas is adsorbed on the surface of the adsorbent is called as molar heat of adsorption. So the how much heat is liberated, it is not same for all. The how much heat is liberated, that depends on the nature of the attractions between the adsorbate molecule and adsorbate molecules and adsorbent surface. Stronger the attractions, more energy is liberated. Weaker the attractions, less energy is liberated. Therefore, we are defining here molar heat of adsorption. Molar enthalpy of adsorption, heat of adsorption. So I defined it as the amount of the heat liberated when 1 mole of the gas is adsorbed on the surface of the solid adsorbent is called as the molar heat of adsorption. So this is the molar heat of, it is not same for all. That is, depends on the nature of the adsorbent and nature of the adsorbate. This is one thing. Delta H is always negative. Delta S also always negative. Now let me come to the third thing. See here, this is the case. Now delta G part. Third one is delta G part of it. What is delta G and how to define? This is related to this. See, one thing we know that if the delta G is negative, spontaneous. Spontaneous. And that is, and this is, the right side part should be negative. So here, delta S is negative. Here, if you take the delta G part, if it is positive, it is non-spontaneous, it is spontaneous, negative, non-spontaneous, zero equilibrium. Delta G is, that is 0, that is spontaneous, negative or greater, less than 0, that is this is the equilibrium. You know all these things, and I know that is delta G is positive, that is greater than 0, positive, that is this is non-spontaneous. That process is not possible, reverse is possible. Now you see, for this process, delta H minus T delta S mathematically. Delta H is negative, delta S also negative. That we decided. And to be this process to be spontaneous, delta G should be negative. Right hand side part should be this one. So for this system, if I write for this system, I am telling you, this is only bogus equation, because that is signs are changing. That is not valid. Delta H along with the sign you have to take. Now it is actually, if I write the new equation for this, that is applicable to this state, delta this is equal to minus delta H plus delta TDS. Do you agree? See, because the minus, this is minus plus. Now the applicable, only you put the numerical values, delta S and delta H. So in order to, that is, and this is negative, the T delta S must be, delta H must be numerically greater than that of T delta S. In this expression, see, whatever I am generalizing only valid to this one. Or I can say that by taking this equation I can say that. So this is, and the right side part to be negative, then only it will be spontaneous process. Negative, that is the delta H must be more negative than T delta S. more negative than T delta S. As the temperature increases, T delta S part increases. And therefore, so low temperature conditions, that is T delta S part may be less than that of the delta H and overall negative. This right side part will be the negative, right? So this process to be delta G should be negative, that is delta H must be, what should I say? Delta H should be more negative than T delta S. Delta H must be more negative than T delta S, then overall right side part will be negative and that will be spontaneous. Or I can say like this. So that is numerical, only I take the one without sign numerical value. That is, one is the T delta S, other is the delta H. The delta H must be numerically more, the delta H is negative. Delta H must be numerically greater than that. I am saying that numerically greater than that other T delta S. Then only it is possible. But what happens here, experimentally you can vary the delta T. As the T increases, T delta S value increases. At one point, T delta S numerically becomes equal to the delta H, that is right side part becomes the zero equilibrium. If the temperature is increased, this part will become the greater than this one, then what happens? Delta G will become the, that is positive, that is real, that becomes the non-spontaneous. So that is here in photo, what can I, this is, and this is spontaneous if the, that is delta H should be more negative than T delta S, then only it is possible. Under normal conditions, temperature conditions, low temperature conditions, is possible. Therefore, it is delta G. Now it is. So with the time, what happens? You see, delta H decreases with time. With the time, delta H decreases. Therefore, what happens? The right side part, negative part, gradually decreases. At one point, it becomes closer to the zero and becomes the zero. Then reaction attains the equilibrium. Reaction will be in the state of equilibrium. That is, therefore, see, for thermodynamics of this is delta H is negative, exothermic process. Entropy of the system decreases. Delta G of the process negative, spontaneous. These are the parameters of that is thermodynamic parameters of the adsorption phenomena. So that is slowly. That is what happens. This is negative, that is delta G is negative at the beginning. With the time, the negative value of the delta G gradually decreases. That is finally it becomes zero. The system attains the equilibrium. So this is the, that is thermodynamics part of the, that is adsorption phenomenon. So next. Therefore, under high temperature condition, this process becomes the, this becomes greater than, this should be less, this be numerically T delta S becomes the greater than delta H, numerical value of the delta H. So the adsorption phenomena is possible only under low temperature conditions. It is a spontaneous exothermic process, spontaneous process. During the adsorption, entropy of the system decreases. The freely moving adsorbate molecules are held up on the surface of the adsorbent. Therefore, it's a exothermic process. So, now that's the entropy of the system decreases. That is overall process, the exothermic process. This is the thermodynamic part of the, that is an adsorption phenomenon. If you talk about the adsorption mechanism, I told you. The adsorption mechanism, that is, see, what is happening during the adsorption? And from the first definition I am telling you, the surface is under the tension. If you take an adsorbate, the molecules which are on the surface and the molecules which are on the interior part of the, that is adsorbent, are not same. Molecules which are on the surface of the adsorbent are experiencing the lot of, that is, they are experiencing the, that is residual forces, residual attractions and residual valencies. their energy content is more, and molecules which are inside, their energy content is less. The energy of the adsorbent surface is more compared to the energy content of the bulk of the material that is inside, where the what molecules are symmetrically surrounded by the other molecules. So molecules which are present on the surface are that is ready to extend the attractions with the extend their attractions with the other species or other molecular species which come into contact with the surface. Why? Why are you extending? So to minimize its energy content. Because now its energy content is more because of the residual forces. By extending its attractions, that is, it is trying to minimize its energy content by forming the new bonds with the new species. Therefore, because of this, in the minimization of the energy content of the surface of the adsorbent, the material is showing the surface of the solid, surface of the liquid is showing that is phenomena of adsorption. So, that is the residual forces are responsible. Due to residual forces, leftover residual forces, surface energy is more. It is trying to minimize its energy content. In that process, it is attracting the other molecules which are coming into contact with it and retaining on its surface, minimizing its energy content. Energy minimization is the surface energy minimization is the driving force for the adsorption. All surfaces have this phenomenon. It is not specific to that is charcoal, it is not specific to that is silica gel, or it is not specific to that is alumina gel, or it is not specific to the starch surface, or it is not specific to the activated charcoal or finely divided metal powders. All surfaces. So all are showing this. Therefore, adsorption is not a specific phenomenon. It is not taking place only on the specific, that is, surfaces. It is taking place on all surfaces, liquids and solid surfaces. Therefore, this is the mechanism of the reaction. Adsorption phenomena. And molecules which are adsorbed, sometimes they penetrate through the capillaries of the surface into the interior part of the material. So, adsorption, that is other one is the absorption. So, absorption is after the adsorption. First, adsorption should take place, that has to penetrate into this one. In this phenomena, that is enthalpy of the system is decreasing, entropy of the system is decreasing, and in toto, free energy content of the system is decreasing. That is, in this process, delta H is a negative exothermic process, delta S is a negative, where that is the degree of freedom, that is entropy is decreasing, and overall free energy content of the system is decreasing, getting the stability by minimizing its free energy content of the system. This is that is adsorption phenomena, different terms involved, and that is finally I explained the thermodynamic part, and that is mechanistic way of, that is the mechanism of the adsorption. Simple, there is nothing, no mechanism. From the beginning I am telling about the mechanism of the process. Now that is in the next class I will take up that is types of adsorption.